3, 2, 1. Welcome to another episode of the Tired Dad Podcast. This is episode 21. Mm-hmm. And with me I have my wife,
Melissa.
Hello. Well, we're doing here. We're on our Tired Dad community, and we're also doing it up there.
Hi.
Because we're doing it for the YouTube as well. First off, guys, I want to say thank you for everyone that's subscribing. Thank you to everyone that is sharing, commenting. It means a lot to us, doesn't it?
For sure.
So sure.
We want to bring lots of value to those who need it.
Yep, definitely.
Serving.
Now, if you're wondering why we're looking on here, it's also because we're inside our Tired Dad community live. And everything we do regarding our talks, we go live in our group so people can ask us questions while we're doing this so we can reply as we go through the podcast. Now, today's episode on the Tired Dad Podcast, I'm excited.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I am excited.
Why is that?
When I was working this afternoon in Costa, it came to my head. 5 tiny things that you can do to impact your family.
Are you speaking from experience?
Always. I'm always speaking from experience.
You are the guru.
Now, a lot of you have asked me, like, what experience have I got? Blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm actually a therapist, aren't I? It's a bit low, no, but I talk quite loud, so. I'm actually a trained therapist, counsellor, so I've got a degree in person-centred counselling and psychodynamic therapy, which, if you're American, that's basically a therapist. And I did it with for many years, didn't I? Before
I met you.
Before you met me, and then I changed and got into the fitness industry because we opened a gym.
Well, before that, you were a counsellor in schools.
I was a counsellor in schools, and that's how we met. So I used to counsel parents, children. I used to work alongside social services. I used to work alongside the police. Worked inside doctor surgeries and all things like that. So this is why I started going back into using my skill.
Would you call it a skill?
I would call it a skill.
Yeah, I think it's a gift from God.
It's a gift from the Almighty.
Just like your name, Nathan.
It is a gift from God. Oh, I like that.
Bringing all the compliments tonight.
Which you really are.
A little sneak peek of what we're going to talk about tonight.
I tell you what, you're weaving it in.
Tell you what.
Weaving it in.
We haven't got our daughter tonight.
No, we haven't got our daughter tonight. We had some good... Listen, we've had a great day,
We have had a great day. And do you know what? Sometimes people like to share the woes.
Not because we haven't got our daughter.
No, we've had a great day, thanks. We haven't got her. No, we've had her for most of the day.
Yeah.
But sometimes we talk all about the woes, don't we? But it's okay to share wins sometimes. And we've had a really great day. Yeah. Would you like to start?
Okay, so if you don't know, Mal has suffered with her back for about 6 years now, 5 years?
I'd say since I had so 8 years. Since the injections.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my life, I forgot, yeah. So Mal has had a massive issue with her back where she lost your back. Lost your back?
I lost my back. I'm just a head on legs.
You lost your back. No, what happened was you had degenerative discs, didn't you?
Yes.
You lost your back and all your discs crumbled over a time.
Yeah.
You had drops, thought you had massive sciatica. You at one point didn't think you were going to stand up straight.
No.
And so we've had private MRIs, we've had private healthcare, we've been doing lots of things private behind the scenes. You've had to do lots of yoga, swimming, trying to work around it all.
Lots of rehab. Yeah.
And finally today, we
had some good news.
We had some good news that you're, I wouldn't say out the clear.
From my last MRI, the discs that were protruding and giving me nerve pain and were protruding on the nerve have been absorbed back into my body, shall we say. And so they're not protruding anymore.
No, and the doctor, who was a really nice guy, he was like, you know what, as long as you keep things
as you are,
basically, and do what you need to do. So you started back in the gym, you're doing a lot of lower body work and stuff like that. So that was good news.
Yeah. Because I have been
all clear.
Yeah, so basically he's just said, with your wear and tear on your discs, you're just going to have to be really careful with things that you do. If you need to take painkillers as and when, fine. I try not to.
Yeah.
But just generally, if I can just stay healthy, keep moving.
Yeah. Keep rolling.
That's kind of like the prognosis, which is great.
Good. So that was good news.
Yep.
We took your mum out. We're just telling what we're doing today. We took your mum out for her birthday meal,
but
then she paid.
Yeah. It was my mum's birthday last week, but we haven't had a chance to catch up with her, so that was nice. We went out for lunch. And again, because we're home educating our daughter, that freed up our afternoon to be able to do that. That was nice to spend some time together.
Was cool. And we then...
I got a free drinking Costa.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a great day.
It has.
It's been a great day. But anyway, enough about us. Let's talk about and giving you value and trying to help you as much as possible as dads. So 5 tiny changes that you can make to create a huge impact. If you know about the ripple effect, throwing a stone into a pond and the ripple effect it creates.
So one little action.
One little action, one little nuclear bomb in the earth can create a tsunami and all that sort of thing. So we're talking about, as a dad, what can you do? Not massive, but small little changes in order to create a stronger relationship with your partner, a stronger marriage, a stronger relationship with your kids, a more mentally stronger version of you, because you want to feel appreciated in your family unit. And so I've come up with 5 things that we're going to go through, and hopefully this resonates with you guys and really helps you.
And I don't know what these 5 things are yet.
No. So. And I should tell you why the list came from.
Where?
The list came from my head.
Okay.
That's where it came from.
Okay.
Because it was something that I feel we've implemented in 2024 to create our stronger bond as a family. Now, guys, before you say anything, we're not the perfect family.
No one is.
No one is. However, we've had to really rebuild and work from a massive traumatic event that happened in 2020 where we split up and we had a few months apart, just under a year apart or so. Was it about that?
Yeah, it goes back further than that.
It goes back further than that, but so for 2 years, 3 years. So this is it. We're just teaching you or telling you or experiencing and sharing with you our faults and what we've learned, aren't we?
So this is almost like the rebirth of us as a couple almost, yeah.
And because we've been through it, we want to help you guys through it as well. Okay. So you got to remember, guys, it's the little things that add up. Okay, you don't need massive gestures like Valentine's Day is coming up. We think that's enough effort. Okay, you don't need those type of gestures every week, every day, every month. Okay, it's the small, consistent actions that create big impacts in your home, in your marriage, and in your future. So I'm going to share with you 5 things. You're going to pop in every now and then. My first one is this: we got a table.
Yeah, we had a table before, but it was more like a dumping ground, wasn't it?
Yes, things? Yeah. And it was my office type dumping ground. But then we decided that we were going to start having family meals.
Well, let's sort of rewind a little bit from that. Before we separated and all that drama, you were never here.
No, I was never here. Yep.
We rarely ate dinner together anyway. That wasn't a thing. Emerson wasn't used to us having dinner around the table. And that was always something that I wanted, and always something that, you know, when we were sort of re-establishing last year, we said, like, do you know what would be really nice now that you're home every night to sit and eat dinner together.
So we bought ourselves a table, nothing fancy, just a table off Facebook Market, and it was from a Romanian woman, wasn't it, or Polish woman, wasn't she?
Somewhere in Coventry.
In Coventry, but she was from Poland somewhere. And we started eating at the table as a family. Now, because we're people of faith, we pray before we eat, but our little one does a prayer, doesn't she, before we eat? And then we have a good family meal. Rules are no phones.
And she'll remind us if
and
that's
she'll
the case.
remind us,
Mainly you.
Because what usually happens is I'm working on my phone or on my laptop. You say dinner, we all come in. I'm still working on, and then my dad. Then she'll say, "Dad, phone." I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool." And then we sit down and we have dinner. So, guys, number 1 is no phones and being present at the dinner table. Get your family together. Okay, it sounds simple, and I bet a lot of you probably already do it. Hopefully, I'm not quite sure, but this one is for you, telling your family, I'm present, I'm here. And then start asking the question, how's your day been? Have you had a good day at school? How's work been? Because you got to remember, guys, your presence matters a lot more than you think. Okay, so it's really important that I find meals are quite a sacred time. I like food. You like food. Emerson liked food. Our daughter cooked for us last night, didn't she?
Yeah.
As part of Chinese New Year, we home educate our daughter, which means we teach her at home. And part of that was you implemented that she cooks the Chinese food for us. And it was banging, wasn't it? It was nice. And that was a great way of bonding and stuff like that. So you really got to start teaching about manners at the table, but also being present at the table. No mobile phones. And I will say this as well across the board. And this was off a guy called Ed Milet. He used to leave his phone in the car.
Yeah,
and then come in. Saying, now, obviously, I don't go to work and come back and all that sort of thing. I work from home.
Because it's a subliminal message to your family that the phone is more important if you're walking into your situation with your phone there. Yeah. So actively putting your phone away is saying to people, and you know, whoever you're having your meal with, that you are my priority at the moment. And also, let's be honest, even if you're going out for dinner with your wife on a date night, or if you're going out for a meal with your friends, if you have your phone on the table, you are subconsciously saying to that person that you're with, or those people that you're with, I'm here, but I need access to someone else or something else. It's a distraction. So having it put away, you are fully giving your attention and your commitment and your presence to the people that you're with.
Definitely. So that's number one. Family meal, no phone. You agree?
Yeah. Okay. And it doesn't have to be at dinner time. It can fit into your schedule. It could be breakfast. Yeah. It could be lunch.
I say dinner time because most people are together at dinner time, aren't they?
But lots of people have different schedules or whatever. So whatever works for you and your family, but just some time for you to eat together around the table without any distraction.
Yeah, definitely. Cool.
And no TV.
No TV. Number two, and this is one that for you guys, it's probably a new habit, or you probably do it subconsciously, but it's something that needs to be done on a daily basis. Give your wife a daily compliment. Would you agree?
Still waiting.
I grabbed your ass this morning in the kitchen.
Is that your non-verbal?
And I said to you as you got in the car, "Oh, you look nice." Didn't I say your ass looked good in your trousers?
You did. Yes, you did.
Did I not say that? Yes, I did. Yeah. Okay, so it takes a few seconds. Okay, to say to your wife, "You look good." Grab her ass.
You've always been quite good at that. The compliments.
Yeah, maybe. Even things like "I appreciate you."
Yeah. It doesn't have to be about your appearance.
Or like things like, "Oh, thanks for doing that." Like you bought me a hot chocolate today. I was like, "Oh, thanks for that." Even though you got one free.
Yeah.
I think it's really easy.
But I gave you the one I paid for.
Yeah. Okay. But it's quite easy when you've got kids to get in a rut of just being used to it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, she's going to give me hot chocolate.
Yeah. Or it's just the done thing that she does all the washing.
Yeah.
And puts it all away, or just does the washing up.
Exactly. But those few seconds, that compliment could change the entire atmosphere.
Absolutely.
It can change the way you feel. It's probably also a bit of acknowledgement that actually he does appreciate or does like who I am.
And likewise.
Like when you touch my bicep, I go, and you go, you've been working out. Okay. Maybe.
You're looking lean today now.
Yeah, thank you. But so give daily compliments because you'll get so used to being in a rut and not doing that because you fall out of doing it. Now, remember at the beginning of your relationship, you're fit you are, you're sexy you are, and all that sort of thing. It was a common occurrence. Yeah. So you got to keep it lit, as the kids say, lit.
It's just the thing that you should be your partner's biggest supporter and cheerleader almost, and the person.
You're a team, aren't you?
Yeah,
you're a team. So, you didn't say you're rubbish at that football game. You was. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You should be the person that gasses the other person up more than anyone.
Yeah, definitely.
And any opportunity that you've got to do that, why not? Why not make your partner feel good?
Right, number 3. In the small things that can make a big impact on your family is spending quality time with your children, whether that's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't really matter. It's spending some type of quality time where there's no distractions. It might be, I don't know, you put your phone away. It might be you're playing a game that she wants to or they want to play, whatever it is. And
also spending time with each individual child. Now for us, we only have one child, so it's easy to spend individual time because
of course.
we're not trying to share our time.
Yeah.
But for children for parents that have multiple children, I think it's important to give individualised time to each of those children, even if it is 5 or 10 minutes a day. Have a little chat with them.
I'm sure it changes with teenage kids or older kids because they want to spend time. Like Emmy's at that point now where she just wants to chill on an iPad and goes in the room sometimes. And she puts knock when you come on in and all that sort of thing. But it is literally about your child being seen and heard. And so I feel like what we do now, it's easier for us because again we home educate our child, but we always make sure that we do something as a family. One thing we haven't done, remember me and Emmy used to go on a date, didn't we, sometimes?
Yeah, like you'll take her for dinner.
I'd take her for dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
But I suppose we go for coffees now.
Yeah. You spend more time with her than I do.
Yeah. So I take her for a coffee or stuff like that, and we chat and stuff like that. So,
but that's quite a nice idea if you've never done that, dads, is to do like a little bit, if you've got a daughter, a daddy-daughter date. Because remember, everything that you do, you're modelling for your daughter what her future relationships are going to look like. So if dads, you set the standard of, how you treat your wife and how you treat your daughter with respect and love, and you treat her and you take her out.
I tell you what I do.
She's going to expect that in her future relationships.
One of the stupid, and it's really silly, but things like I open the door for her, don't I? Mm-hmm. Have you noticed?
I have.
Have you? Oh.
Yes.
When we get out, I give you your coat.
You do.
And I give her coat as well.
You do. Sometimes you even put my coat on for me.
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I do for her.
Yeah, you pulls it out of the bag sometimes, don't you?
I think most of the time I give you a coat,
Yeah, you do.
And I do it for her, like when she goes to the car, I open the car door for her, and she always makes the joke, she goes, oh, thank you. But little things like that, because you're setting the tone for when she is older.
Yeah.
That I want her to have high standards in choosing a man that does things like that. So you're setting the tone. So number 3, one-on-one good present time with your kids. That's going to be a tiny effort, 5-10 minutes a day. Over time, being consistent, being committed will make a big impact on your family. Number 4. Now, this is the biggie. And I'm going to set the tone for this so you understand where we're coming from. You come back from work. You open the door. Your wife comes at you. They've been this. They've done that.
You're late.
Where you been?
Yeah.
I tried ringing you. You walk through the door. Wham. Now, this is probably a thing you're going to have a chat with your wife about. Because sometimes they can set the tone wrong for you walking through the door.
Well, I think that's how you've just set that example. Do you want to set the example when you're in a bad mood and you come in?
And then I walk in, maybe, not personally, I'm just saying, if I walked in a bad mood, and I'd be like, oh, this house is messy, what have you been doing all day?
Oh, that old chestnut.
Yeah, that chestnut. I don't do that.
No, I know, a lot of men do.
You come in for
why isn't the washing done?
Why has your pants not been in the middle?
He's pinning on.
It's only because I work from home.
Yeah.
However, and the reason why we talk that, because it's all about greeting your family with enthusiasm. Now, I will be honest with you, it's hard not to greet Emmy with enthusiasm, because as soon as you walk through the door, our little one says, Daddy!
You're her favourite person in the whole world.
And she always comes and gives a hug and stuff like that, so it's hard not to. But guys, if you're coming back from work, the way you walk through that door will be the way you set that tone. Okay?
Sure, yeah.
And you've got to be the energy that your home wants.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Hi, beautiful.
Yeah, hi. Have you had a good day, babe?
I'm putting you in your hands.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you walk in and go, what is this? What is this mess? What have you
been
doing?
I'm hungry. Where's my food?
Why are you late? Yeah. If you've not started dinner yet.
Yeah.
It just sets a negative tone.
And I'll say this, guys.
And it gets you back up straight away.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Dads, you'll know this. Sometimes you sit in the car before you come in. Okay? Sometimes you sit in the car before you go in, and you probably have that big... Think about how you're going to walk through that door. Think about how you are going to be seen walking through that door. Because how you walk through, that energy you bring through the door could either thrive your family into making them happy that you're home, or making them quite defensive and like, oh, Dad's home.
You have to be the energy that you want to receive. You've got to be that person that, that make your family want to,
and guys,
to be that way.
It's hard to do all the time. You've had a bad day.
Yeah.
If you own your own business and people are annoying you, if people at work that you work with, your colleagues are annoying you, it's hard to be enthusiastic all the time and walk through the door going, hey, way, woo, and all that. But sometimes you've got to think about it.
And leave it perhaps until the kids have gone to bed. If you want to have a debrief with your partner or your wife when they've gone to bed, you need to get it off your chest. That's fine. But I just think when your kids are around, they don't need that. They don't need that negative energy, right? No.
You don't need to bring work home. Easier said than done, I know, but it's definitely one. And last but not least, I think this is quite important, especially because we get so used to saying it without actually showing it. And
saying it as just a habitual thing.
Yeah. So last but not least, saying the word I love you every day. Okay, sounds stupid, simple words, I love you. However, those simple words can have a massive impact, okay? Your kids ain't always going to remember what you bought them, are they?
Not at all.
Okay, like Emmy, she's very fortunate, she has things that she wants. However, she's going to remember, and I remember this when I think it was last week, she gave me this hug in bed, and I said to her, as I came down, I was like, oh man, she's giving me a really nice hug. And I said to her, why is it when she looks at me, I could cry? Mm-hmm. Do you remember? Because that feeling of when your child hugs you in bed and you say, have a good night, love you, and they give you a massive squeeze, it melts me, man. It gets me all the time. It really does. And
because you're her favourite person.
I know, but it's just,
I know.
I know. No, I don't mean it like that, but
no, I know.
The impact, and when you say to your child or when you say to your wife and you hold them tight and say, I love you, it needs to be done on a daily occurrence, because that will break barriers. That will overcome any brick wall that you've got in your relationship if you truly mean it and you're not just saying it out of consistency, out of habit, out of, I've got to say it because I'm a husband or wife and stuff like that.
And I didn't grow up in a family that said I love you. We didn't. We showed it through action. Really, it was a bit of a well, I love you. I don't need to say it.
Yeah.
You said that you grew up with your mum and dad always saying it. So I always wanted to implement when I had a family that we always said I love you. And now Emmy always says it to my mum.
Yeah.
And then my mum will say it back, and she's never sort of been one to say.
No. And even things like I'm proud of you. Things like I'm proud of you, or things of just positivity and affirmational words. Affirmational, is that a word? Probably
words
not.
of affirmation.
Words of affirmation is a strong action. Small but massive impact, isn't it?
Well, it's a huge encouragement for the other person to want to reciprocate that love and that affection. And I think the whole gist of this, all these different 5 points, is you've got to be the person that you want everybody else to treat you like. You've got to be the energy and be giving out those things that you want to receive. And if you want to receive love and positivity, and you want your children to feel secure, and you want your wife and your partner to feel trust within you, and that you keep to your word, and that you're a great person to be with, and you've got to be that person. You've got to demonstrate who that person is for them to want to reciprocate.
And a lot of the battles dads have is, well, they don't do it, so why should I? Or my wife didn't show me, so why should I? Or
the person that does it first.
Yeah, or the person that does it first. So, Dad, you're the leader.
Yeah.
You're the leader of your home. I had a conversation with someone a few weeks back, and I was like saying to him, he was saying about how his wife doesn't come to him in affection, blah, blah. I said, but what do you do?
Yeah.
What are you doing to lead your family? What are you doing to lead that conversation, to have the deep conversation, to order then get better communication, to then get the loving and intimacy and affection? What are you doing? Because dads, you might go, I work, I bring the money in and blah, blah. Yes, that's very true. And your self-worth might be low if you're feeling unappreciated by your wife. But then on the other hand, let's flip it. What are you doing to make your wife feel loved, secure, appreciated, so then she can make you feel loved, because there is nothing better than a team.
And it really doesn't matter who does it first.
No. But as a man, if you're not feeling like that, then you've got to be the man that leads it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So.
And the minute you start doing that, like you said, and breaking down those barriers, you will get that in return.
Yeah.
And then there's no better feeling than things that you are showing to someone else being reciprocated.
Yeah, definitely. So, dads, there are 5 things that we believe tiny, small efforts will make a huge impact in your family. And if you've got any more that you feel you should do or could do, or you feel it might help someone else, drop it in the comments. Any actions that you feel that are quite small but will have a massive impact, please drop it in the comments. As always, we appreciate your comments. We appreciate you guys subscribing. Please share this channel. And until next time, we will see you on the Tired Dad Podcast.
See you soon.